Welcome to Walailak University's WU program. This program is actually called WU Global. It is to promote, to disseminate information about internationalization efforts that are being pursued by this university under the leadership of Professor Dr. Sombat Kamrong Thanyawong, the president. And we do have each year a lot of visitors from overseas universities and other educational institutions. With us today is Professor Dr. Ismail from the University of Tun Hussein Onn, Malaysia. We are very fortunate today to have you, sir, visiting Walailak University. And first of all, could you say very briefly about the purpose of your visit to Walailak University?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Surin. First and foremost, I would like to thank the university for welcoming us. I think this is the second visit to the university of making a cooperation between our university, Universiti Tun Hussein Onn Malaysia, and also University Walailak. I believe that this international cooperation will benefit both of the university. So at this time, we are signing the MOU with your university to work together in terms of the student mobility, the staff mobility, and all the opportunities, maybe in the sense of doing research together, joint publication. So this afternoon, we have met the members of the School of Engineering and Technology, and we have formulated a lot of collaboration, work together with the university, with both of the university. So this is part of the internationalization from the University Tun Hussein Onn together with the University of Walailak.
Yes, so you met with the members of the engineering schools.
Yes.
Are there any specific collaborations happening between the two schools?
Yeah, we have narrowed down a couple of activities. For instance, we are focusing on joint publications, and also we are thinking of inviting your members of the engineering and technology faculties as the visiting lecturers, visiting professors. And at the same time, we are also offering the services that are available in Universiti Tun Hussein Onn and the facilities that we have. So these are all amongst the others. I can see there is a lot of potential that we can work together, because our University Tun Hussein Onn is basically a focused university on the engineering and technology.
Right. And I just like you to focus a little bit more on the importance of internationalization or student mobility, staff mobilities, and all that. Perhaps the audience who are not familiar with the tertiary education have this question: why student mobility, why staff mobility? Could you expand on that, please?
Yeah. In this, I think in this era, so we can call it a borderless world now. The mobility and the integration is very important nowadays. So internationalization is part of the mobility. We are sending 19 of our students to Walailak to conduct a course, getting 1 credit hours from this university to have the experience. This is part of the experiential learning for our students. In fact, it is common for our university to send our students abroad. This is part of our KPI, key performance indicator, at the internationalization affair. And we also receiving a lot of international students to our university to have experience what we have in our university. So as a university, it is this mobility of students, and in fact mobility of the staff is a very pertinent point that it should be, because when you want to rank your university at the national or international level, so mobility of the staff and student is very, very crucial.
Indeed, I can't agree more. Now, I understand from my discussion with you this morning that at your university in Malaysia, you are putting a lot of emphasis on university industry relations. Could you expand on that?
Sure. Because all this while, the university feels that they are in the ivory tower, so they are so special, so they detach themselves to the industry. So what happened is that as the industrializations and the demand of employability, whether we like or not, the university have to engage and embrace with the industry. So this is part of the move by our Vice Chancellor on to have working together with industry to ensure that that our student is marketable. So that is why our program must affiliate with the captain of the industry. So it is so important working together with industry. We cannot isolate ourselves with industry because somehow rather some of the technology is moving so fast that even the university cannot catch up with the technology. But this technology is happening in the industry.
Right.
So the best way is work together with industry to embrace with the latest technology. For instance, like now we are talking of Industrial Revolution 4.0. So there will be a burden for university to buy the equipment, the latest equipment. So what we do is we have the smart partnership with the industry and join together either at the teachings in the university, and also the teaching can be done at the industry level.
Yes, I can't agree more again, because without being exposed, more, seriously to international environment, I think our graduate would have a very limited degree of employability. So it's very, very important. After all, we produce graduates for industries and for different parts of society, and now leading from that, it must have to do with curricula. So I understand that you're very strong on the multidisciplinary your arrangement of subjects, of majors, and then areas of expertise and all of that. How is that being done at university?
Okay, looking back at the current market, the current industry, so we cannot work in a very silo manner as a single discipline. So what we do in our university, so we have to revise the curriculum. In fact, it is compulsory for us to revise maximum of 5 years, but now we are revising even every year, looking on the industry revolution that moving so fast. And also we are looking that we cannot work in a silo, so we have to work in a multidisciplinary. So what we do is that the curriculum is now designed and focusing more on the project base, how to resolve the project base, because this is important to develop our students more on the critical thinking and problem solving. These are the two things that is so important to solve or to be our graduate to be employed at the industry. So with the conventional approach, where, like for instance, the electrical is working in their silo, the mechanical is doing in their silo, the civil doing silo, but they are not solving the problem. So we have to smash all the wall between the silo and work together under the multidisciplinary approach.
You mean the instilling of this so-called the 21st century skill or generic skills happen from the first year on throughout the student's degree?
Yes, I can say that. Now we are moving on that manner. In fact, we are also transforming our subject into more on the task-based rather than a very discipline-wise.
I see.
So because in task-based, they are incorporating all the discipline together. So let's say if you are so good in engineering, maybe you are not good in business.
Right.
But how to work within the business and the engineering. So this is where we are mixing together with all the discipline, focusing on resolving the issue.
Now, I'd like to move on to the next because I was very excited having heard this morning about your efforts and your plan on online studies on offerings. And actually, you have a center responsible for this, in fact, and you have a specialist looking after your online matters of university. Could you please tell us more about that, please?
Okay. We have a center. We call it a Center of Global Online Learning.
Mm-hmm.
So this center is entrusted by the university to come out with a subject that can offer online.
Mm-hmm.
So it is in line now is to have our curriculum, our subject can be sellable and can be approached by people outside. So we are looking on the at the global market. So and we also thinking of let's say if anything happened to university, but the teaching and learning can be performed at any place. So we are not really in a conventional method that the student must always come to the university to do the teaching and learning. So we are transforming bit by bit. Presently, we are having around 27 modules of subjects that can be offered on the online learning method.
You mean you are going to offer a whole degree online in the future?
Yes, we are thinking around 1 or 2 years, giving the whole program online. This is our move forward.
How many students you have at the university at the moment?
Presently, we are having around 18,000 students.
18,000
students.
So by offering courses online, you will expand, of course, the number of enrollees in the university.
Yes, that is part of the purpose that because we are targeting around 20,000 to 30,000 students. With this global online, so we may, the facilities, the physical facilities, the physical infrastructure, maybe we can reduce the cost on having all the physical infrastructure.
What sort of, can you name some of the modules that are being offered online at the moment?
We have some of the module like the computer, introduction to computer, and then we have the circuit theory, some thermodynamics. These are part of the technical subject. And also we are having like entrepreneurship. So it is picking up. The numbers of modules is piling up.
Right, indeed. The other thing, Professor, I'd like you to touch on, which is about universities having to be on an international ranking, world ranking, and we are driving things very hard at Walailak University because now parents, students, or other stakeholders, they also pay attention to your position in the world as well. Now, your university has been doing quite well in this area. Perhaps you can share some insight with us regarding the international ranking.
So, whether we like it or not, we are ranked by the international community. So that is why I think all the universities in the world, they would like to position themselves at the international level. However, there's a lot of constraint, in terms of the human resource, the infrastructure, because to rank the university, there's a lot of domain that we have to look. Should be in the infrastructures, international students, international faculty members, about the community engagement with the industry, visibility. These are all the components that you part of the dimension in the position ourselves at the international level. But we at the University Tun Hussein Onn, we already started around more than 5 years ago. When we try, we intend to be ranked and rating at the international level. So we have to mobilize all our resources toward that. So as you know that to mobilize the resources, we need some optimization, integration, These are the criteria. But we can inspire, we can drive, we can have all the plan. But in terms of the reality is, do our members of the university are together with us?
Right.
This is the art of dealing with the members of the university. Either encourage them, you have to do all sort of management approach to ensure that the whole university are together with the top management to have our in the ranking, world ranking position.
Thank you so much for coming all the way up north to visit us in Walailak University.
Thank you.
And we consider Malaysian University our near neighbors. So we will be working very closely with a number of Malaysian universities, not only those who are along the Thai-Malaysian borders, but also in the inland, and of course as your university actually at the other end of Malaysia. But the world has become very globalized, so I think the communications and things like that has become much easier. And Professor Ismail, thank you so much for being with us today on the program, and more importantly, I thank for choosing Walailak to visit this time.
Thank you very
And
much.
obviously, we have big plans to work together in the future.
Sure.
And we stand ready to collaborate, to cooperate with overseas university, particularly Malaysia. I congratulate you, on being very successful in terms of your tertiary education. Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is the conclusion of the WU Global for today, and we still have many more exciting events happening around university, and we do have some very interesting people coming through Walailak University, and certainly will meet you again next time. Thank you.